Hey, how you guys doing for this week? Well, before we get into that, I've had some medical issues. The reason why I haven't been making as many videos, I'm trying to catch up now. So we're going to talk about the possibility of Final Cut Pro by Apple is going to implement some kind of subscription service. And let me talk about subscription services as far as software first. Now, of course, it's nothing new. It's been done before. For instance, Adobe Software did it with their Premiere Pro. Well, actually, all their software applications. And we also seen something similar with Microsoft Office and their 365 subscription. You have to implement to utilize that. I think they also had some other software as well for their 365 subscription services. Now, initially, I'm not a big fan of subscription software on many accounts. Now, while you may initially get a low cost initially, in some ways, it is an advantage to do that. For instance, Adobe Software, since they have so many software applications, you can for low monthly fee, you can get access to their whole library. Now, if you're utilizing only a couple applications, it may not be worth it because over a couple years' time, you're actually going to be paying for that software several times over, vice just one-time application fee to buy the license itself outright. And also, I tend to see some other things connected to that as well, because usually if you have a one price scheme, that forces the software developer to incentivize them to utilize a lot more features and fixes to be well enough worth it to repurchase the application again. Now, if you have a subscription service, that doesn't necessarily incentivize the developer to implement new features and fixes. And I'm seeing this with Adobe Software because they're very slow in implementing changes. Not something like DaVinci Resolve or even Apple's Final Cut Pro, is they do a lot better at some of their performance enhancements. Now, I also noticed this subscription service as a service myself because at one time I did have Adobe Lightroom and then the standalone version, and I couldn't upgrade it anymore. I had to buy or I would actually have to go out and get the Adobe subscription service to be able to update some of the software, which I actually went to something else as alternative because I didn't want to buy a subscription service. And another thing, some of the currently software I'm using right now, for instance, let me change this for you real quick. Some of the software plugins I use, especially for audio, which is Acunis, they have a bevy of audio plugins, and this one, I believe it's the Levelator. I think that's one of the plugins I got, and it was actually for a discounted price for $9. So I purchased it outright, the license. But unfortunately, when I wanted to buy some more, the whole suite of audio plugins, I found out you have to have a subscription service to utilize the rest of them, which I wasn't very happy with. And so let's go into particular how Apple's going to utilize, if they did, subscription service, in this case with Final Cut Pro. Now, the way this came about is Apple actually updated their trademark. And for the trademark, they added software as a service, or in this case, a subscription service. Now, this is nothing new with Apple because they tend to utilize, or they tend to do a lot of software patents and trademarks. And this is, they don't necessarily are going to utilize it. It's more of just in case they decide to use it in the future. But this seems to be more permanent as far as the trademark goes. And we're going to talk to some of the things this might change for Final Cut Pro. It could still be a one-time purchase and a subscription fee for major updates. That's a possibility. Another possibility, one-time you can choose between a one-time purchase or a subscription price, which initially usually starts out at a lower price. Of course, Final Cut Pro costs $299, basically $300. So it probably, let's say, subscription service would probably start at a lower price point. I would guess something like maybe $30 a month, something like that. It could be subscription only, and they just get rid of the one-time purchase. Another aspect they could do is a one-time purchase with some kind of iCloud integration. For instance, they may have a Final Cut Pro iPad app, and they may connect that all together through the iCloud type of thing. Another thing that I came up with myself is one thing that's lacking in Final Cut Pro is collaboration tools with other video editors, or it could be colorists or audio people who just work in the audio industry. So to connect them up together, you can't really do it with Final Cut Pro unless you use third-party apps or plugins to utilize this. So it could be that they're going to integrate collaboration tools hooked up through the internet, possibly iCloud integration, to be able to use this. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Apple's going to do this. Hopefully, it's not going to be very intrusive. I'm hoping they're going to have a one-time purchase with a possibility if you want to get a subscription service for enhanced upgrades or integration with collaboration tools, something like that. But we'll see. Because if they go all software subscription, that could tend to make people go alternative routes, such as DaVinci Resolve, which is free, by the way. They're free basic service, or you can buy it outright for $300 for enhancements such as collaboration tools and some other enhancements. So kind of want to tell you guys about it. So thanks for watching, and see you guys later.